Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a book haul of some of the books that I've bought recently. There's 6 books that I've got and I'm just going to talk you through them and why I bought them. So I went to London recently and went to Westfield and what's the shop called there? I think it's not Borders, it's not an independent one, it's a chain, but it's not Waterstones or Smiths. It's a different one, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I bought a couple of books there. I bought The Mattress by Jessie Burton because I've heard loads of good stuff about this on BookTube and it's like the Sunday Times bestseller. Loads of people have said really good stuff about it. Basically, it's set in the 1600s and this 18-year-old she gets married to a merchant and he gives her a really weird wedding gift. It's like a replica of their house that as like a doll's house, and then it says, as Nella uncovers the secrets of her new household, she realises the escalating dangers they face. The miniaturist seems to hold their fate in her hands, but does she plan to save or destroy them? So the doll's house kind of seems to control what Nella and her husband Johannes what happens to them. Well, that's what I got from the blurb. I haven't read it yet, obviously, but yeah, it looks really good and it's really pretty, and I am a sucker for a pretty book. So yeah, I'm really excited about reading this. So that's The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. In that shop, it was on 3 for 2. So I also bought a book called The Man Who Couldnt Stop, which is about OCD. It's kind of autobiographical. It's written by a man who has OCD. My mum jokes I'm quite OCD. I'm just a bit obsessive about some things. I have OCD tendencies. I'm not like really bad at all. But I thought it would be an interesting thing to read because I do enjoy reading non-fiction books as well as fiction, and it's written by a guy who has suffered from OCD for 20 years, and he's basically explored it and researched what causes it and why they drive a lot of people towards obsessions and compulsions. Apparently it's written quite humorously. It's an extraordinary book. It's the haunting story of a personal nightmare and a fascinating doorway into the darkest corners of our mind. And I'm quite interested in psychology and like how the brain works, so I thought this would be an interesting book to read. So that's The Man Who Couldnt Stop by David Adam. Then the book I got free is the book that I'm actually currently reading. It's got my little bookmark in. I just started it last night. It's called Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy, and it's a mystery book, but it's about two elderly women, Maud and Elizabeth. And Maud's got dementia, and some of my family have dementia. Well, my nan has dementia, and I thought it would be an interesting book to read. So basically, Maud's got dementia. She forgets a lot of things all the time, but there's one thing that keeps coming back to her, that her friend Elizabeth is missing. She hasn't seen her and she doesn't know where she is, and no one really believes her because they just think, oh, she's rang and you've forgotten about it, you just became forgetful. But Maud knows that she's not just forgetful. She knows that Elizabeth is missing, so she tries to find her. And I thought that was a really interesting book to read. It's the Costa Book Award winner, and a lot of people have said it's a really good book, so I'm really excited about this. It's Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. Then this is a book that I know a lot of people have liked on BookTube. It's quite an old book, I think. When was it written? I'll find out. 2011. So it's relatively old. Not old, but it's not new. But I saw it in Smiths when I was getting some other books, and I just knew I hadn't read it yet, and the cover was really pretty. I know, I'm sorry, but Carrie Hope Fletcher said it's amazing, it's one of her favourite books, and it really intrigued me. So basically it's called The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and the circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It's simply there when yesterday it was not. So it's about a circus, and everyone says it's so good. I don't really know anything about the plot at all, but apart from that it's about a night circus, but so many people have said it's so good, and I like to take recommendations, so I bought The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Another very popular one on BookTube is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, which I did love, so I bought this one. And I mean, I could be considered a fangirl myself. I'm a very big fan of country music, Taylor Swift, and Van Perry, Casey Musgraves. I'm a very big fan of music like that because it's kind of music that I play myself, and I could be considered a fangirl, so I thought that I might relate to this book quite a lot. So it's about two twins, Kath and Ren, and and they go off to university, and they used to like do everything together and be really close, but then Ren's kind of decided she doesn't want to be just the twin of Kath anymore and do the same things. She wants to do different things to Kath, but Kath is kind of like a bit socially awkward. She doesn't want to do that thing. She just wants to like write fan fiction and read a book and stay at home. So she has to, it's kind of how Kath gets through college, or university, college in America. Tale of fan fiction, family and first love. So I thought that would be a really cute, interesting book to read. Then I got 2 of John Green's books. So I do love John Green. I've read Paper Towns and The Fault in Our Stars, and so I decided to buy these 2. So I got An Abundance of Katherines, which is by John Green, and basically it's narrated by a guy called Colin, and when in his relationships he'll only date girls called Katherines. He's had 19 girlfriends who are called Katherine. And it's about him. On a road trip miles from home, this anagram-happy, washed-up child prodigy has $10,000 in his pocket, a bloodthirsty feral hog on his trail, and an overweight Judge Judy-loving best friend riding shotgun, but no girlfriend called Katherine. So he's on a mission to prove the theorem of underlying Katherine predictability, where he will predict the future of any relationship, avenge dumpies everywhere, and finally win him the girl, who hopefully is called Katherine. So this just sounded quite funny. I love John Green's writing, and I just thought I'd enjoy this. So that was An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. And the last book is again John Green, but it's co-written by David, is it Luthen? I'm not sure. It's Will Grayson. So I hadn't really heard anything about this book that much. I'd heard about An Abundance of Katherines, and obviously like Looking for Alaska, Fault in Our Stars. I hadn't heard much about this one. So it's about 2 guys called Will Grayson, and in the most unlikely corner of Chicago, 2 strangers cross paths. 2 teams with the same name, but in 2 very different circles, so they find themselves, their lives going in new and unexpected directions, culminating in heroic turns of stage, of heart, and the most epic musical ever to grace the high school stage. And I mean, I love a musical, and I mean books about musicals, that's about as good as it gets. So again, I just love John Green, and I thought I'd be interested in this book. So it's Will Grayson by John Green and David Luthen. So yeah, that was my book haul, the books I've got recently. I probably won't do another book haul for a while because I have to get through, I decided I'm going to get through at least 5 books before I buy any more books. But I think I prefer to go on like little book sprees than to just buy 1 book because it's hard. So I'm probably going to try and get through as many of my ordinary books that I've got as I can, and then I can buy some more books. It doesn't help that I haven't got much money at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that was my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any requests for videos, let me know, and I'll make sure to do them. So let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!